सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. नमस्ते नमस्सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च. I am most fascinated and interested in presenting a paper titled Concept of Psychic Force and Vital Force, that is Prana, at the 4th World Veda Vijnana Conference being held at Tanjore, Tamil Nadu, under the joint auspices of the Shastra University, Ministry of Education and Vijnana Bharati. Prana, as reflected and elaborated in our texts such as the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Samhitas and the yogic text, is extraordinary in nature. Here we are going to elaborate upon the significance of prana, translated generally as psychic breath or psychic force or vital force in relation to body, mind and consciousness. The Rigveda, the Samhitas, the Chandogya Upanishad, the Shatapatha Brahmana, Taittiriya Upanishad, Prashnopanishad, as well as the major texts of the yoga such as the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Hatha Yoga Pradipika and others have elaborated upon the significance of prana and energizing the prana at the individual level for attaining harmony between body, mind and consciousness. On behalf of the S-VYASA Yoga deemed to be university, I am pleased to introduce our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji, who is basically a mechanical engineer turned into human engineering and spiritual engineering, and he developed various techniques based upon the traditional Sanskrit treatises such as the Mandukya Upanishad, the Mandukya Karika, Prashnopanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad and many more. Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji is our Chancellor of our university, and he is a world-renowned international yoga scientist and also has been hailed as the yoga guru to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. He has developed a unique method called the pranic energization technique, which trains a practitioner for sensitizing himself to recognize the subtle energy, remove pranic blocks, distribute and equalize energy all over the body. Let us hear from Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji regarding this significance and dynamism and the dynamic activity of prana.
My dear brothers and sisters, it is such a great joy that we are bringing the dimensions of prana into the forefront through our Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. M.K. Sridhar. As you all know, the Prashnopanishad gives the definition of prana as the basic fabric of the whole creation. Pranasyaidam vashe sarvam tridive yat pratishtitam mateva putran rakshasva shrischa pragnan cha vidhena iti. Oh Mother Prana, please protect us as the mother protects the child, because you are the complete governor, the maker of this entire creation, of all the three worlds, and the gross, the subtle and the causal layers of this entire creation. And in the first expanded vision of the Panchakoshas, from the Annamaya Kosha, we had to move towards the Pranamaya Kosha. In the Pranamaya Kosha, the 5 modifications of the prana, prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana, the Panchapranas, they govern all physiological functions in the body. And these 5 dimensions of prana, at the Pranamaya Kosha, when they go into imbalance, imbalances are created in the physiological functions and lead to diseases. But what governs this Pancha Pranas in the Pranamaya Kosha is the other dimensions of Prana, that is the mind and the emotions, that's in the Manomaya Kosha. So the Prana in its grossest form is the physical world, and as the Prana grows to deeper and deeper levels, then we have the Pranamaya Kosha, the Prana aspect, the life aspect, and then it expands to the mind and the emotions, and then to the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which controls the Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya and Annamaya Kosha. And what is at the base of this dimension? That the causal state, that the bliss, that is the Prana's causal state. The Prana in its subtlest level, the causal state is the bliss, that is the state of complete silence, calmness of mind, tranquility of the mind, and expanded version of the mind. So the Prana has its original state in ultimate reality, pure consciousness. From there emerges the bliss field. That bliss field is Anandamaya Kosha. That's the causal state of the whole creation. And the whole creation, Jagat, is in continual change, and the change is the feature of Prana. Swayameva pinatam yati, swayameva tanavam yati. It can expand by itself, contract by itself, expand, and do everything changes. And that is the Prana that characterizes its whole creation, and it is governed by the law of Srishti Sthiti Laya. So we bring about these things by various practices that we bring about, and we wish all the best to bring these dimensions of totality of Prana to all the people all over the world. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Dr. R. Nagaratna Didi, the medical director of the Arogya Dhama of the S-VYASA Yoga deemed to be university, has medical degrees from India, MBBS, MD in internal medicine, and MRCP from London, Edinburgh, London. She, along with her elder brother, Dr. H.R. Nagendraji, the world-renowned yoga scientist, engaged in various researches to cure very many diseases, especially the non-communicable diseases such as cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and so on, and went into fundamental research at S-VYASA deemed to be university, and the first paper on the intervention of yoga for bronchitis or asthma was published in British Medical Journal 40 years ago. First of its kind in the world, where the yoga intervention for a modern disease and prevention was elaborated in that wonderful paper. Dr. R. Nagaratna Didi has held a number of positions and led the Stop Diabetes movement called the Niyantrita Madhumeha Bharat in India, through which she did pioneering work on how the intervention of yoga can reduce the DM2 or the diabetes mellitus 2, for which she got a number of awards, including the international award from the American College of Diabetologists. Let us hear from Dr. Nagaratna Didi about the importance of prana from medical dimension.
Namaste. As a medical professional in our health program, where we treat large number of participants for prevention, management and rehabilitation of patients with various non-communicable diseases, we use a lot of these concepts of prana management and techniques for prana management, through which we get very encouraging results in many of these non-communicable diseases. We first give them the understanding of what is this 5 aspects of our personality: the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and help them to understand the problem in non-communicable diseases is because an imbalance that has been created in the bioenergy field because of the imbalances created at the Manomaya Kosha through repetitive, chronic, uncontrolled spinning speed of thoughts. And that we help them to understand first how from the mind where it was uncontrolled spinning speed created lot of imbalances by uncontrolled spinning activity of the prana, which has settled down in the physical aspect as a inflammatory disease which is caused by lifestyle. So changing the lifestyle with healthy diet, regular habits and good sleep is an integrated part of yoga therapy, and prana management is very, very important. So we make them recognize that illness is inflammation due to pranic activity which is locked up in that area. So using lot of breathing, I'll give you an example. One participant was there, he had enormous pain in his joint. He understood that there is locked up prana in this spine area, and so what he understood was I have to first open up the pranic activity by doing physical movement which is safe and doable, and putting the mind on that part. You would actually experience the prana which is locked up there. Then he would do prayatna shaitilya by relaxing and help himself to diffuse the prana, expand the prana, slowing down the pranic activity, followed by expansion of the pranic activity to get to the state of Anandamaya Kosha, helps them to cure themselves.
Dr. N.K. Manjunath Sharma, the current Vice Chancellor of our university and who was the Director of the Anveshna State-of-the-Art Research Lab of our university, under the guidance of Dr. H.R. Nagendraji, Dr. R. Nagaratna Didi and other researchers, has done lot of research on the dimension of prana and the significance of prana, and also to cure, how it can cure very many diseases, and the result of which have been published as papers in national and international peer-reviewed journal. Let us hear from Dr. Manjunath Sharma the impact of prana and the research related to prana undertaken in our university.
Namaste. I bring greetings to all of you from Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthana, S-VYASA University. When we talk of yoga, many things comes to our mind. One of it is all to do with our breathing. So we want to explore everything to do with breathing, then we use this terminology called Prananveshana. Prana is something very vital and essential component, but the amount of research done on the components of this understanding of prana in yoga is relatively less. But when we talk of breathing, there is so much what we have already explored. So one of it is to see whether the style, the way we breathe in and out every day, inhalation to exhalation, does it have an impact? We have a wonderful natural mechanism. When you inhale, the heart rate goes up. When you exhale, the heart rate goes down, which is called as a sinus arrhythmia. So that's the way in every breath we have a relaxation component. But when you look at multiple yoga-based breathing techniques, pranayama practices, the whole emphasis is on exhalation, long exhalation and deep breathing. Why do we do that? That is the reason I said physiologically it actually relaxes each one of us. People also ask us the question, do I have to inhale and exhale through one nostril or both nostrils or using alternate nostrils? Certainly yes. There is Swara Yoga which talks about inhalation from uni nostril, means right nostril alone or left nostril alone. We call it as Surya Nadi or Chandra Nadi. And each one has its own signature impact on human physiology. While right nostril is stimulating in nature, left nostril is relaxing in nature. When you do alternate nostril breathing, this is more of a balancing in nature. There is a practice which is very well known as Brahmari Pranayama, which uses chanting or resonance along with breathing. That is shown to have much more deeper relaxing effect on individuals. Immediately it may be a little bit stimulating, but on a long run this takes the relaxation to very deep level. So in a very simple way to say, slow down your breathing and increase the depth of your breathing. Probably that can have a very good impact on your well-being as well as maintaining your health in a way as you look for. This can also be used in disease management, particularly when there is an anxiety. Probably you need to have slow breathing. When you really have conditions like depression, etc., it is shown that little bit of forced fast breathing, like for example what we do is active inhalation, active exhalation kind of it, and the rate of breathing is increased. So such practices have been shown to be beneficial in conditions like depression. At the same time, diabetes, hypertension or several other conditions can also get benefited using the practice of breathing. Prananveshana can be a very interesting topic, but we also have some simple tools to even to capture the energy field surrounding human beings or energy fields regulating an individual functioning. So there is an instrument called gas discharge visualizer, or we use instruments like acograph, etc. And also to look at consciousness fields, which includes understanding of when I am very well relaxed individual, can I emanate much more healthier aura or energy fields. So having said that, it is a fantastic area for all of us to get benefited from, and we look forward to taking the best benefits of yoga and pranayama forward. Namaste.
I offer grateful thanks to the organizers of this 4th World Veda Vijnana Conference being held at Tanjore Shastra University, especially the Honorable Vice Chancellor and the Registrar and other officials of the Shastra University, the Vijnana Bharati, which has undertaken this such a wonderful activity at the global level, and also to Kompella Subbaraya Shastri, the National Coordinator of the Vijnana Bharati, and Professor Ganti S. Murthy, the National Coordinator of the IKS Division of the Ministry of Education, Government of India, for organizing this 4th World Veda Vijnana Conference, where Vedas, the Vijnana, the science, Prajnana, consciousness and their Samanvaya will be brought wonderfully. That's how India will rise its head again at the global level with its infallible and the impeccable knowledge of the ancient Shastras. I thank all the people and especially the senior officials of S-VYASA for making this happen. Namaskar.